Let's get to the phones. The phones are hot. 617-830-4750. We're going to take our first caller now from the 901 area code. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from today?
My name is Logan. I'm calling.
You still with us there, Logan?
David, yeah. Can you hear me?
We can barely hear you. What's on your mind today, Logan?
I wanted to ask, how do you feel about Trump possibly moving the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem?
I'm against it. I think that that's the type of unilateral move. And I mentioned this when he announced that David Friedman would be the ambassador to Israel. I am against that. I believe that is if that's something that is going to happen, it should only happen if and when it is negotiated as part of some broader agreement for peace in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I think that the unilateral move of the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which is not recognized internationally as the capital of Israel, it is recognized within Israel as the capital, but not internationally. I think that it's a disastrous idea.
Really, I'm really surprised that you feel that. I know that you disagree with Trump on a lot of things. I mean, on virtually everything. But I do know that you seem to be pretty pro Israel. So it surprises me that you think about that. That you feel that way.
What specifically have I said that would make you think I would support moving the embassy to Jerusalem?
Well, I mean, I guess I've just always thought that you were always pretty pro-Israel, and I didn't realize that. I thought there have been a lot of people who have been like people in Israel who have really wanted Trump to move the embassy. It was just I know that you have a lot of ties to Israel and stuff like that, and so it really surprises me.
What do you mean? What kind of ties do I have to Israel?
Well, I know that you a lot, and I'm not really saying ties, but I know that you heavily support them a lot, on a lot of issues, right?
Well, are there any issues in particular that you could point to where you would say I support Israel? I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not really saying there's an issue that you exactly support. I'm just saying that you believe that Israel should be sort of a nation, that Israel should be able to exist as a nation. I thought that it would be, and when I heard you say that, I thought you would think it would be appropriate if the U.S. could move the embassy. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right. So it sounds like you're saying because I believe Israel. It sounds like you're saying because I believe Israel is a country that exists, that I would support the moving of the embassy to Jerusalem, right?
I would think that because Israel views Jerusalem as their main capital. I thought that. I just thought because many people are heavily anti-Israel, it would just. I don't know. I've always thought that you would have supported that.
All right. Well, listen, I don't, and I'm on record as having said that. So I'm glad we've cleared up a misconception, if nothing else.
I think it's also important to point out that Donald Trump isn't as adamant now about his support about moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And that was about a week ago that he said, we'll see. So maybe things have changed now, but he's not all about that anymore.
All right. Well, Logan, glad I was able to dispel a false notion that you had about my views. Really, really appreciate the call.